Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. We are supposed to think today about a topic which Arvind has told me. Why go to the temple? One way we say, God is everywhere, then why go to the temple? One young boy in Bombay, he used to bring his mother regularly for my satsang. And he will drop her and go away. After that, he'll come, pick her up and go. One day he asked me this question. Swamiji, you people tell God is everywhere. Why my mom all the time wants to go to temple? Why don't you tell her? God is everywhere. Why to go to temple? So I told her, I said, look here. You are a good son, and therefore you bring your mother to the temple every day. You are not doing it out of logic. You are doing it out of love. Where there is love, there is no logic. And where there is logic, there is no love. And the bondage, the suffering that all of us have in life is because we are intellectuals and everything we want to put into a framework of logic, which is totally wrong. Then I told him, I said, look here, you are intelligent. You understand God is everywhere, but your mother is old and she is illiterate and she doesn't know. Therefore you bring, is it not? Yes. I said, look here, I also believe in what you say. God is everywhere. Why go to temple? You agree with me? I said, yes, of course, I agree with you. There is no need to go to temple. Because God is everywhere except in the temple. So when I said to him, he said, Swami, are you pulling my legs? I said, no, I am pulling your ears, not legs. If God is everywhere, He is equally present in the temple. Friends, a cow gives milk. The milk is present in the total cow, but it is available only in the udder. You cannot go on pulling her ears and bring out the milk. So there are two things. One is presence of the divinity, and second is the manifestation of the divinity. See, friends, are we capable enough to recognize the unmanifest reality? All that we can cognize is only the manifest. For example, there is electrical current available in this temple. How do we know? Because it is manifested in the form of light through the tubes. If we want to know the reality, it can be known only as manifest reality. Unmanifest cannot be recognized. See, friends, and when we come to the temple, I was observing all of you who came to the temple, when we are outside coming through the traffic and anger and office failure and success and all that, we come here, park our car, come here, park our shoes and enter. The moment we look at Bhagavan Sri Krishna, what comes in our mind? It is a support, and a support is required. There was a great freedom fighter in India. His name was Tilak, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, who has written a beautiful commentary on Bhagavad Gita, Gita Rahasya. During those days, 1920s, he happened to visit somebody's house, a small house. And in that small house, in the front room, this great master was sitting with the owner of the house, and in the inner room, only 2 room flat kind of thing, and in the inner room, there was a mother and her son. And the mother was telling the son, see, that beta, finish your puja quickly, we have to show Naivedya to the Lord, then only we can eat. There are many houses now also in India wherein unless the food is cooked and offered to the Lord, nobody can eat in the house. It is not we start right from the baked tea and our day begins. No. So they are still Orthodox people. So those days, she told her son, about 10 years or so, that why don't you quickly finish your bath and finish the puja, then we can offer food to the God, because some guest has come, we can't give him unless we offer to the God. Then that child, out of arrogance, many times children, we do not have control over them. They are absolutely, wild. How to behave before others, they do not know. And they are neither told by the parents. So, this child, he was that kind of arrogant. He started arguing with his mother. Is that Mr. Tilak doing puja every day you ask me to do? Why should I do? Unless he does. Now the mother was feeling bad. She plucked his mouth. But that was heard by that great master. And he called the boy, come here. Let us go on the top of the building. He went on the top of the building. And he said, what do you see around? Tell me. He said, of course, I can see the cows, I can see the bullock cart, I can see somewhere a car, I see the road, I see the people walking, I see the river. Oh, you are very intelligent. You can see so many things. Yes. Then he being, extra smart child, he asked, what do you see? And that great master said, I am seeing Bhagwan Krishna everywhere. Are you seeing? He said, no. Then he said, do you think I will tell you lies? He said, no, why you will tell me lies? Till such time, you are able to see divinity in everything and being. Till then, it is necessary that we have to have a support. Our Upanishad tells, Isha vasibidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena munjitha ma ghrudakasya svidhanam. See, Isha vasibidam sarvam. Everything in this world, yatkincha, whatever may be most insignificant, has to be recognized as an abode of divinity. Unless we change our vision, our interaction with the world will not change. And for changing the vision, the first lesson is to go to temple. See? And when we start, although we don't understand, doesn't matter. But the tradition, the culture which has given us this thing, do we think that all the wise people, like Bhagwan Shankaracharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the great masters who had been going to the temples, were they fools? It is our inability to understand the value and the importance of the institution of temple. So, as the Upanishad says, Isha vasabidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Be very attentive. Once I was going in Bombay again, somewhere, and there has been always a traffic jam. Bombay can be renamed as Jam Nagar. You are all Gujaratis, isn't it? So, it is always traffic jam. So, when I was going, because of the traffic jam, we have to sit in the car. I can't do anything. Now, there was one beauty parlor. And on that beauty parlor, it was written, Don't whistle at our customers when they come out of the beauty parlor. Maybe she is your grandmother. When I read that, I really laughed. And that very moment, as if God has planned this thing for me to learn. That very moment, one lady came out of the beauty parlor and she was going in the same direction in which direction my car was going, ahead of. And from the back side, oh, looking like sweet 16, very beautifully, nicely dressed, hairdo and whatever is to be done. And one young boy with a motorcycle Honda, dang, 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 he came and stood in front of that girl just to tease her. And when she turned her head toward this boy, she was 81 not out. And then she asked, Beta, what do you want? Now tell me, will he thereafter tease her? Earlier, what was his vision? She is a young girl to go and tease her and make the evening. The moment he saw she is a grandmother figure, will he continue to tease? No. If this example is clear, now we look at the world. When we look at the world, we want to indulge and enjoy. But the day our vision changes, Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam, this world is nothing but an abode of divine, and in everything and being, God is present. See, friends, the day this happens, then our interaction with the world will change. See, inside we have two things. Marble is made for making the base. Out of the same marble, the statue, the Vigraha of the Lord is made. When you look at the platform and when you look at the Lord, what is the experience? Do we feel great when we look at the platform, or we feel great when we look at the Vigraha of the Lord? See, friends, till such time we are able to cognize the common denominator of life present in and through everything and being, till that time we are required to go to temple. See, friends, many of us have got this funny arrogance, and it is only because in Hinduism we have got total freedom to question, to ask, to argue. But if we really put our head into it, then what will happen? That our vision will slowly start changing. And when our vision starts changing, then our interaction with the world starts changing. And when our interaction with the world starts changing, our quality of experiences start changing. And when the quality of our experiences start changing, the quality of our life changes. See, friends, can we say, because I am doing MSc in physics, should I condemn a child who is going in KG1 and then he is trying to count 1, 2, 3, 4? Should I condemn him? No. It is required. At that stage, it is required. After you are grown up, you don't need. In the same manner, till such time we are able to see the divine presence, it is necessary for us to go to the temple. Number one. Number two, according to our scriptures, Upanishad, and also Bhagavad Gita, what is said, it's a technical topic, be very, very attentive. normally among all religions, they talk about God as a sentient being alone. For creation, two things are required. Be very attentive, it's a technical topic, again I am repeating. For any creation, two things are required. For example, a mud pot. We require clay and we require a pot maker. The clay by itself will not become a pot, and a pot maker without the clay cannot make a pot. So two things are required. In the same manner, this world that is created, here also two things are required. One is the clay of which the world is made, and second the pot maker, the God, the sentient being who created this world. Now the question is, when we say God is present everywhere, like a pot maker, a sentient being. Suppose I am a pot maker, I have made a pot, and this gentleman comes, purchases and goes away. Am I with that pot? I am not with it. A sentient being, a pot maker, is never all the time with all the pots that he has made. But the clay of which the pot is made, wherever the pot may go, the clay will be present. Therefore, the words used are, one is the sentient cause, efficient cause, and second is the material cause. So clay is the material cause of the pot, and the pot maker is the efficient cause of the pot. Now these two causes bring in creation. The material of which the world is made and the one who made this world, both are one. They are not two. Like in the example of the clay and the pot, they are two, separate. But in case of the creation, the material cause and the efficient cause, both are the same reality. Be very attentive. And therefore, when we touch Ganpati Bappa, tomorrow is day after tomorrow, Ganesh Chaturthi. When we touch Ganpati, we are touching the Lord directly. Don't have any doubt about it. When we are offering the water and the milk on the Shiva Linga, we are offering it directly to the God. It is not on the stone. See, friends, one of the Leela Bhagwan Krishna, because this is Krishna temple, when Bhagwan Krishna was eating the clay, the soil, Yashoda Maya got very angry and she caught hold of him. And if you want to really enjoy abuses, go to Vrindavan. You really can enjoy. Abuses are not simple, stupid and all that. They include your whole pedigree. And so lovely. So Yashoda Maya got very angry. And she said, I think, Kanhaiya, you were a pig in your earlier life. And Bhagwan was frightened. Oh God, probably Yashoda Maya recognized, because I only took the Varaha avatar. And therefore, to confuse the Maya, he opened his mouth and she got confused. See, if you and me are called pig, we feel insulted. When the Lord was called a pig, he was enchanted, not insulted, because there is nothing in this world which can be without the divine presence. See, friends, therefore, this reality, this Paramatma, which is our own essential nature, has to be recognized ultimately as the only goal of human life. Friends, in other forms, today I went to see Maropi. What is that? Maropeng. Maro mane maro. Don't leave. So I went to the Maropeng, and saw the evolution and all kind of things. So when I was seeing that, they are all the time talking about how an animal became man. According to our Vedanta Shastra, we don't accept that. See, be attentive. When God manifested only as existence, it is the mineral kingdom, stones and bricks. When God manifested as existence plus life, it is the plant kingdom. When God manifested as existence, life and knowledge, it is the animal kingdom. And when God manifested as existence, life, knowledge and bliss or happiness, it is human kingdom. See friends, Darwinically speaking, we are all monkeys. But Vedantically speaking, we are not monkeys. See friends, this is the basic difference. And therefore, what is the basic difference between human being and other animals? Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithunancha. 4 things are common for human beings and animals. Ahara, eating. Nidra, sleep. Bhaya, sense of insecurity. Maithunamcha, procreation. These 4 things are common between human being and animals. And if this is all what we are doing in our whole life, God will correct His mistake. And next life, we will be sent into the body of a pig. You go there, this is the suitable accommodation for you. Friends, human life cannot be only for this. There is something higher. And therefore, in our religion we are told life is not only between the womb and the tomb. Our life is beyond the womb and the tomb. And the moment it is said, then we come to know that before this body was born, in the earlier life, I have done some mischief, some good or bad actions, as a result of which, in this life, I get joys and sorrows. And whatever I will do in this life, it will not go unaccounted. It will be accounted for. And in the next life, we will have to suffer for that. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is, our existence is independent of the present body. We existed before this body was born in other form. We exist in this form. We will continue to exist in another form. Therefore, the embodied is different from the body. The day this will click, number 1, what will happen? Fear of death will disappear. See friends. And second thing, inquiry will kindle in our life as to, if I am other than the body, then who am I? This inquiry can come in our mind only in a place like a temple. We come here, in one temple I read a very beautiful board. There is a shoe rack separately kept. Keep your shoes and ego before you enter the temple. How beautiful it is. So when we enter here, we are neither rich nor poor, neither man nor woman. Here we come as a devotee of the Lord. And when, be attentive, when we are nobody, then alone we can contemplate and inquire as to Are we born as the passions of the parents? Are we growing because the earth is running around the sun? Are we going to die one day because it is a formality to be completed? Who am I? When this spark will catch fire, then it will become a huge fire in our heart. Then alone, out of an ordinary person, you sang Tulsidaji's bhajan, then out of an ordinary kathakar, a Tulsidas great saint was born. You know the story of Tulsidas ji? Tulsidas ji was born, and immediately after birth his mother died, and he was taken care of by a great Mahatma, and right from day one he was care of only men. No woman came in his life. In ashram also he was staying, and he well read, he was very intelligent, he studied all the scriptures, and Ramayana he heard from his guru 108 times, and then he started giving discourses. And then one of the persons saw that he is a fit candidate for his daughter's marriage, so the marriage was done. And then that was the first time in his life he came in contact with a woman, that too as a wife. So much infatuated. And one day after satsang, when he went home, it was heavily raining. His wife had gone to her parents' place and she did not come at night back. So this person could not hold himself. Finally, he went like a Hindi cinema hero, and in the rains and the rivers and all, like he reached there. And when he reached there, in her room, jumped from the backside, the wife said to him, "Are you not ashamed? You are running after this filthy body made of bones and muscles, carrying nothing but fecal material and urine. Are you mad after this? If you are mad this much for Lord Rama, he will reveal to you." It was enough. As if it was a dry sulfur powder. One spark was enough. He went back, and out of an ordinary kathakar, a great saint was born. Friends, these things happen when we come to temple. And the beauty of the temple, in addition to the God, is we have to have on a regular basis satsang in the temple. Temple is a place where satsang is the most important thing. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan mukti, bhaja govindam, bhaja govindam. So what happens in satsanga? We are all living some kind of notions in our life. There are 4 notions which are required to be corrected as a spiritual practice. Number 1, our identity, who we are. Are we the body? Notion about ourselves. Second, notion about God. Who is this God we talk about? Third, notion about the world. When we say the world is too much for me, what do we mean by the world? And fourth thing, spiritual practice, adhyatmic sadhana. What do we mean by spiritual practice? When these 4 notions are corrected, then only we are going in the right direction. And therefore, friend, when we come to satsanga, what happens is our wrong notions are hammered. You must have come across many people. They are afraid of going to temples. They are afraid of going to satsanga particularly. I know few people, in some place one day. One lady was, taking me to her house for breakfast. Husband was driving the car, she was driving the husband, and both of them were driving me mad. And this is how our divine drive was going on. And on the way, this wife asked a question. Because her husband is to drop her for satsang, go to a coffee house, have coffee, newspaper, something, come back, pick her up and go home. And she must have been telling him, why don't you come for satsang? And he is to tell her, did I ever ask you, do you come to a coffee house? I didn't ask you. So why do you ask me? I won't come. But I bring you here, you should be happy with it. Okay, so she found the right time. So she asked me a question. Swamiji, there are some people who are very good, nice people. But why they don't want to go to satsang? When you are in between the two blades of husband and wife, you are cut into pieces. And I have suffered a lot because of that. And from that day onward, I always keep away from the husband-wife. You say yes to both and protect yourself. You have to survive if you have to. So, I did not answer. Then the husband said, Swamiji, this arrow is directed towards me, care of you. I said, what is that? He said, I don't go to satsang, and she is all the time nagging me, come to satsang. But I tell you, I don't know why, I don't feel like going. There is some kind of uneasiness in me. I like you, I love you. But when it comes to satsang, I don't know what happens to me. I get kind of frightened. I don't want to go. You please tell me why this happens. I said, Papa, I'll tell you, provided my breakfast doesn't get cancelled. Because then I had to survive. He said, no, breakfast she is going to give you, so there is no worry. I said, okay. Then I asked her, told him, I said, look here, we all have some notions with which we have been living. Now, you are 60 plus, yes. Up to this life, age, you have lived your life with certain notions. When you will come to satsang, your notions will be hammered and destroyed. And you will come to know that 60 years of your life, you have lived a totally wrong life. To get that shock, you are not prepared. What is your notion at present? Your notion is that I am, the body. So I am living as the body, for the body, on everybody. When the body dies, I die. When I get more comforts, I am happy. And security, goody. When I go somewhere, I see a beggar, I just give him, little bit and I feel good, I have done good. This is what your life is it not? But this is not everything. To be good cannot be the end of life. See, friends, there is much more. And when you study and go to satsang, in Bhagavad Mahapuran, one story comes. There was a great king called as Rishabdev, and he ruled for 10,000 years. And one day he handed over his kingdom to his son Bharat and went to the forest to do tapasya and merge in the absolute reality. This is the story. Now that story, what it tells, even if you are ruling the whole world, not for one term of election, but even if you are ruling the whole world for 10,000 years, you cannot discover fulfillment in your life. Watch the lives of the old people. leading a life under fear complex, fear psychosis. When some elderly people die, we talk, anyway, it was good, God has blessed him, he was suffering, very good, he died. But ask him, we are never wanting to leave this world. Why? Because I am the body. And till this time, such time, this body notion is not corrected. Whatever good you may do, it is like pouring water on an upside down utensil, and why the water is not going in. Tulsidas ji writes in Ramcharitmanas, if you are reading regularly, you will come to know this particular chaupai, where it is said, Dharmate birati jogate jnana jnana moksha prada vedavakhana. If we are lived a really religious life, we have to have dispassion in our heart. If dispassion has not come in our heart, we still get involved with our children and grandchildren and family matters, why this, why that, and make our life miserable. We have deceived ourselves. We have been cheating ourselves the most, that we are leading a very goody life. See, friends, the wrong notion about ourselves has to be corrected. How can the body be me? The body is created by our parents. Can anybody claim? No, Swamiji, I have created my own body. Even if you are an amoeba, you require another amoeba. It cannot be. So our body is created by our parents. Our body never listens to us. Those who want to become thin, they keep on becoming fat. And those who want to become fat, even if they eat the whole live buffalo, they continue to be agarbatti. They never put on weight. In this manner, the body is neither created by us, nor the body listens to us. And yet, I am the body. See, friends, the day, even if theoretically you accept that the embodied is other than the body. Now see how simple it is. If I take out my glasses and put here, will the glasses look at you? Glasses require eyes behind the glasses. So, eyes are seeing through the glasses. Good. Is the eye seeing, or the mind is seeing through the eyes? It is the mind which is seeing through the eyes. And what is the mind? Mind is an expression of conscious reality through the body. See? Like if it is a bulb, electrical energy will express as light. If it is an amplifier, the same energy will express as amplification of the sound. If it is a fan, the same energy will express as the magnetic field. In the same manner, one reality, absolute conscious existence, when expressing through the stones, only existence. Through the plants, existence and life. Through the animals, existence, life and knowledge. And through the human beings, existence, life, knowledge and bliss or happiness. Are we expressing bliss and happiness as a part of our expression? If not, we need evolution from the living animalistic life. Eat, sleep, take care of security and procreate. If this is all what we have done, we have not gone the right way in our life. And this satsang is available in our temples. And therefore, it is necessary that we have to visit the temples. And friends, it is a kind of a support. And with that support, whatever you may be disturbed, if you take a rule to yourself, if not possible every day, never mind, take one day. Like let us say Tuesday, Hanumanji's days. Just come, sit before the Lord and chant Hanuman Chalisa. This Hanuman Chalisa will give you inner strength. Or come and chant Vishnu Sahasranam. Vishnu Sahasranam will give you energy, strength, confidence. These words are not written by persons who were earning money out of their writings. They were not journalists. They were the great masters. And these things we come to know in the satsang. One example I'll tell you. This happened in Ahmedabad. One family, Mr. Patel, he has been very close to me. Very nice family. Four brothers, all of them staying together in one house. They have got each one wife, two, three children, and a huge family. Very nice family. One day my friend told me, Swamiji, please come to our house. I said, okay. Give me anything to eat except dhokla. Dhokla I don't like. Gujarati means dhokla. And do you know why I don't like dhokla? One day I was coming from Dwarka to Ahmedabad by bus, a private bus, and a whole group was with me. And somewhere on the way, the bus has to stop for water or whatever it is. And there was one truck. The truck also stopped next to our bus. And the driver was Sardarji. And his handyman was a Gujju. Now the driver was telling him, get the spanner. And his Gujju handyman could not understand. Again he said, get that spanner, that it is lying there. And his boy got frightened. He could not understand. So Sardarji abused that boy. Arey dhokle, wo hai na. From that day I decided I am not going to eat dhokla. What? So I went to my friend's house. I said, give me food but no dhokla. And then he said, Swamiji, my sister-in-law wants to talk to you. I said, okay. So I said, Mama, sit down. So she came and sat on the same sofa where I was sitting. And instead of talking, she started crying. So then her brother-in-law told, Bhabhi, you go inside and talk to Swamiji. And crying, she went inside. Then he told, Swamiji, this is her son. He is studying in 12th standard. But he cannot talk. And as a mother, she is naturally extremely miserable. He cannot talk. So what is to be done? I said, hey, stop all nonsense. Get Vishnu Sahasranam. Got it. I told that boy, sit here. And then I said, no, start chanting after me. He doesn't know how to talk. And I started, Om Vashatkaraya Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha.